Howdy, Reed Ezra Boy here. Hey, just to continue with the whole revolver EDC carry discussions I've kind of been having off and on lately. I did go to the range the other day and I took a couple of my guns with me. And also, these are the ones that I primarily use for my EDCs more regularly in 38 Special plus P. And one of them is a 357 Magnum. The other one is a 38 Special plus P, and also I do carry my Nemesis pocket holster with 351 PD in it usually, as a very light carry with a couple of 10-round speed strips and 22 Magnum. So, but other than that one, these are primarily, and I use that quite a bit at times, but these are primarily the ones as a primary carry that I would have and followed up as a revolver EDC kind of a philosophy of use. So anyway, let's talk about I'll show you some of the range footage, just real short, show you the results. But what I took with me was this 637, right? This has the Performance Center Enhanced Action, and so it is unloaded, as we can show. All unloaded right there. This is plus P capable, right? And sustained plus P capable, and has these extended wood grips, which are kind of nice for my hands. So I had this one. I used this DeSantis holster with it. And I was at the range, right? And in it has a 2x2x2 pouch, but it also happens to fit this SYM-STRIP that I like to use from Zeta6. And that's what I was using as part of my activity there. The other one I took was my Ruger LCR, right? And we can see here, it's kind of hard to read on there with the Ruger printing, huh? Hard to read. But this is a 357. Yeah, hard to read on there. And we'll check it empty. It's empty as well. And of course, the other one is a double action, single action. This one here is a double action only. And it has these nice Hogue monotamer grips, and it's 357 Magnum capable. And I use the Galco 2.0 Walkabout holster, which is ambidextrous. And I carry it in there. This is an inside the waistband holster. The other one was outside the waistband. And I carry either an HKS, but in this case I'm using a Zeta6 J-Clip R for it, with 5 rounds that I carry in it for me. So I decided to carry it, but that's what I used. And any other reloading tools I used, one of them was this J-PAK, which is for reloading generally J-frames, and also this one here, which is a J-clip, which is for the J-frame, and the J-clip R, which is for the Ruger. So that's how I was doing my reloading when I was out there. So what ammo did I use? Well, as I talked about, as you'll see here shortly, I used these Hornady XTP 125 grain 38 specials. I used 110 grain FTX 38 specials. I used 110 grain Hydra Shok Federal Premium jacketed hollow point, and I used the Hornady Critical Defense 110 grain plus P 38 special. Also, I did use some target ammo. I had the Federal 130 grain FMJ. So let's go ahead and look at the other part of the video real quick. First of all, let's see how things went with the 637. Seven yards, model 637 Smith & Wesson, 110 grain Hornady 38 Special Plus P. First shot in a long time. First shot is the one that's a little high. Okay, up above was from about 7 yards. While I was retreating, I was shooting, I believe, the Federal XTP 125 grain. And then I reloaded it with the 110 grain Hornady Plus P. And there's a few more. There should only be 10 up there. Most of them were in there, but some of the ones up above, there's a couple up above from the bottom one. The bottom one was me shooting left hand with the 130 grain FMJ, and this is all with the Smith & Wesson 637, and this is all double action. So up above, I retreated 10 yards, did a tactical reload from the Plus Ps, continued shooting, did another tactical reload of 3 rounds with the Plus Ps to finish off. As you can see there, after not having shot it for a while, my first shots with the 110 grain Plus P went pretty good. I had one flyer, you know, and I hadn't carried it for a while. Generally, I'd been carrying probably my BD or the of course, I've been carrying a Combat Masterpiece, sometimes my 380 Sig Sauer or my Shield. But getting back to revolvers, I hadn't shot this other one for a while or carried it. Ruger LCR I had, but as you can see, I did pretty good. You know, both right-handed was pretty decent. You know, 7 yards and 7 yards retreating, and then left-handed, I was a little better with the LCR on that. So let's look at the LCR ones next. Shooting the Ruger LCR. First was 110 grain 38 Special Plus Ps, and the rest were combination of 125 grain XTPs and 110 grain 38 Specials by Federal Premium Hydra Shok. And this was once again shooting and doing a tactical reload, like starting at 7 going back to 10. So it was 7 yards. You can see the 2 center ones. That was part of this round. There was a couple of them, and it must have knocked off one of the things because I only shot 5 rounds. But it was a combination of all standard pressure 38, 110 grain Hydra Shok Federal, and 125 grain XTP Hornady. The bottom is shooting 130 grain FMJ American Eagle left-handed with the LCR at about 7 yards. Looks like I shoot it much better left-handed than the 637. Of course, the grips are very large. So then I shot all 5 of the plates at about 10 yards with the FMJs. So with the LCR, once again, you know, it's a double action only. I think you can see, you know, I shot it pretty decently, you know, at 7 yards. And I think I did some 7 yards in retreating with that. But left-handed, I was definitely did better with the LCR. I think the difference is with the LCR, you got a, you know, more of a rubberized Hogue Tamer monogrip, so it makes it a little grippier when you're shooting. Maybe with your offhand, maybe that helps. It did for me. Where with this one here, the extended grip definitely helped. But I haven't shot this gun as much left-handed. I've had the LCR for a long time. This one I've had just for a few years. But when I'm shooting it right-handed, it's a really nice purchase. It really allows you to get up on there and shoot very well. I've found that over the years my grip has improved quite a bit, and you know, with both my semi-autos and my revolvers, and so that's always important. So what I say about these two, I'd say, you know, either one of them is a great choice. One of them's a little pricier than the other one, but the one of them, this one like this, you can get a 38 Special, which would make it a little cheaper. Some people might prefer 327 Federal because they could shoot, you know, those in it plus other 32 revolver rounds. But This one here, being 357 Magnum capable, it's just kind of handy for that reason if you really want to do it. And I do shoot Magnums in it from time to time just to remember what it's like. But this one here is great. Nice action, very smooth. Really enjoyed this one when I went to the range this time, more than I think I'd ever had. Enjoyed it. So that, along with, proper reloading tools, that you have, and good choices, and, defensive ammo, and some target ammo. You got to go out to the range and you got to do it. You got to use, I know some people just like to use their target ammo, but I'm a firm believer in also shooting your self-defense ammo, and you got to spring for it and just spend the money, when you can find it, and just make sure that you feel like that you have some proficiency, because a lot of times that's what it is. You're checking proficiency. A lot of times with autos, what I'm checking with it, especially with something like not my Springfield Armory so much, but when I had my Dan Wesson Guardian, it's different self-defense ammo, so it was a little more finicky. So sometimes that can happen, especially with 380 or 1911s. But back to revolvers. Pardon me. Smith & Wesson, all that attention. Let me get my Ruger hat on here at the end. And just, to me, revolvers are a real viable EDC, and these are two great choices. And, you got to find out what's right for you. Follow your local, state, and federal firearms laws, rules, regulations, your permits, your CCW permits, any training that you need. But whether it's inside the waistband or outside the waistband, you need to find what's right for you. And, that's why some people use revolvers. They just find that's what they shoot best. It meets what they're doing best, as far as their philosophy of use, I guess, or mission. And so I would encourage you just to get the training you need and find the one that that works best for you. As Reed Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.